Hello. My name is Kelly Mitchell and welcome to my channel. I am an intuitive card reader, an astrologer, and early childhood educator. And this is where I do the horoscope for the week for parents, teachers, and students. So let's start off with Monday. First of all, we're coming out of this new moon that we had on Friday, this new moon that is going to bring things unexpected information, new things coming into our life. This new moon is going to be quite an intense period. This next whole month, even including this full moon that's going to be on the 31st. Yes, teachers and parents, we are going to have a full moon on Halloween. So it's going to be kind of an intense October. But that being said, I will kind of chat about what we have going on this week. So Monday, October 19th, we have the moon in Sagittarius. Now, having the moon in Sagittarius, children may be interested in learning more than usual. Teachers may be interested in feeling good about their position a bit more than usual because Sagittarius does rule that higher learning and teaching. However, it is squaring Neptune in Pisces. So even though there could be this desire to want to learn, this desire to want to teach, there's a very dreamy element with it because Neptune always is like the things unseen, the intuitive side of things. It can also be deception and things like that. You can imagine it as like water. You can't really see, like murky water. You can't see everything that's going on. So it's a good time, it's not really a great time to do like math and science and things like that really involve like the left brain type of things. I realize as I'm saying that I'm using my right hand, but it's not really a good time to do those left brain type of activities, although I understand that that's not really entirely possible not to do that in everybody's circumstance. So what I will suggest is that you can try to frame those more scientific and mathematical concepts in another way that kind of is a bit more intuitive, a bit more creative, really tapping into that right brain hemisphere. It's a great day to, read fairy tales, read stories, use that like creative energy, like engage in art and drama and that type of thing. But like I said, if it's like you have to do math or science or something like that, find a way to incorporate the creative energy in that as well. And you will find that there's a lot more success with your children and students in your classroom. Or if you're homeschooling at home with parents, it's the same type of thing, right? Use that time. And if you're homeschooling, you have a lot more flexibility. So if you're homeschooling, you have that more flexibility. So you can choose what you want to focus on tomorrow, Monday. So now as we move into Tuesday, October 20th, we have Mars still in Aries. It has been there for quite some time now and will be for a little bit longer. So this is that energy of slight irritation and aggression that we might be feeling or seeing in the classroom. Like as teachers, you might be seeing it with kids. As a teacher, you might be feeling it yourself. As a parent, you might be feeling it yourself. Everybody has this slight edge to them a little bit. And this is that Mars in Aries. Now, we have Mars opposing the sun, which is still occurring. And so there's still this balance of trying to find the balance between me and the collective. And I spoke about this last week where it's, Mars in Aries is really Aries is very much an individual sign, very focused on self, very focused on independence. Whereas Libra is much more focused on the collective. How can we bring things together? How can we do things together? So it's really important to balance out the individual and the collective. So in the classroom, what does this look like? I touched base on this in my last video for last week, but it's kind of like, how can I teach this one child and how can I be there for this one child and also the whole classroom? So, you might have to create some sort of individual learning plan for a specific child to meet their specific needs, but it has to fit within the context of the classroom and the curriculum, right? So we're still finding that balance, but the energy is still like it's a T square. So the energy is still funneling into Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. And that Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter energy has been going on since pretty much all of 2020, and will continue for the rest of 2020. Now, but the difference is now that the Sun and Saturn are almost exactly squaring each other. We may find a little bit of like issues with confidence or limitations in our confidence as teachers. Also, parents and children might be dealing with this because the Sun rules our self and our confidence and our self-esteem, and whereas Saturn has limitations, and since they're squaring each other, we are all probably going to be feeling that in some way. Like how can we express ourselves in a way that we will be accepted might be something that we think about. But I think in this time, it's really important just to be mindful that we're all going through this together, and just to be open to other people and sympathetic and empathetic to others, especially when it comes to children. Like they're going to be feeling that energy so strongly, and they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to express it. Like as adults, we have all of these tools in our toolbox about how to deal when we have like low self-esteem or low confidence, but it's really difficult for children, especially very young children, to manage that because they don't have those tools in their toolbox yet. So if we can be there to support them, I think that that would be really great. And I think again, it goes back to the me versus the collective, and you might have to create some individualized lesson plans or learning plans. So Mars is also going to be quincunxing Venus. So this is the energy of pushing for what you desire, teacher, child, or parent. So we're going to be feeling, like I said, there's this energy of slight irritation or pushiness, but throwing Venus in the mix, where Venus is really what do I desire. And I think that it's like, look at yourself. And this week is a lot about looking at yourself. Like as a teacher, look at yourself, look at your classroom. Are things the way that you want them to be? Could they be better? Do you think children have things the way that they want them to be, or could they be better? A lot of self-reflection in that way. And I think that's a really healthy practice as an educator or a teacher as well. Now, as parents, it's the same thing, right? How can home and routine be a little bit better? How can it be more in alignment with who I am and my own values? Because Venus also rules those values. So there's this kind of like Mars trining the moon in Sagittarius energy as well, which I think is a positive energy. It's a fiery energy. It's a great time to get things done. It's also going to be like very energetic. It's a very energetic feeling because it's fire signs, right? So I would suggest go outside, maybe start your day with a walk, get some exercise, do a circle time in the morning to get the energy moving, because the energy will be quite high that day. So now as we move into Wednesday, October 21st, we have Mercury retrograde in Scorpio opposing Uranus. So it's like, be more open to doing things differently. This Mercury and Uranus, like Mercury rules our mind, it rules communication. Uranus is things that are unexpected or doing things differently. I would suggest that, yes, like I'm still banking on that everybody's going to have some unexpected information coming in during this new moon cycle or something new coming into their life, but be open and be flexible, because that's the only way that we can learn. Collaborate with your colleagues, or your friends or anything like that, or even teachers of your classroom, to really understand how things could be done in a better way and really try to open up your mind. With this, expect the unexpected. That's the message with Uranus. Expect the unexpected, especially in regards with information. Now, this Mercury will also be exactly sextiling the moon in Capricorn. So this is like, set your new foundation and communicate that to people. What are you doing now? What's the changes that you're going to make? Because I do think that everybody needs to be making some shifts. Okay. So as we move into Thursday, October 22nd, we have Jupiter conjuncting the moon and Pluto. And it's inching towards Saturn. So it's like today will be intense. Wednesday night, like everybody who's watching this, Wednesday night, go to bed early. Get up early and prepare for your day for Thursday. Have a good rest. Pack good food for yourself. Pack good food for your children. Make sure you have like everything set up as much as you can because the day will be intense. So it's like Jupiter, this planet of understanding, on top of the moon, which is like the memories, security, etc. You'll have this new understanding of what is secure for you, what feels good for you, and what needs to fall away. Old routines will not work. Old beliefs will not work. We need to be like doing things differently, and this is a big message for 2020, I believe. And as everything has been shifting, we do need to do things differently. And for a long time as a collective, we have all known that things need to be done differently. We can't go on doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Some things really need to change. And our education system is one of them. You know, how we teach is one of them. Like our early childhood education system is one of them. There's so many things that really need to shift, that need to change in the way that we look at all of education, from early childhood to university. Everything needs to shift, and everybody knows this on some level. Teachers feel it. Teachers are burnt out. Children are burnt out, things are not working, and we need to make a shift. And the people who make a shift are the people who take a stance every day to make a change and to make a difference. And the more that we can all kind of bind together, the more we can actually make this change happen. And I really do think that this is what's kind of something that's going to birth out of all of this. We have already seen how much like this year and everything has gone on has shifted our education system, and has shifted our like the way we do things. Like suddenly now everything's online. You know, we have so like an uprising in homeschooling. So many people are doing things differently. And I don't think this is a temporary thing. I think this is going to be something that lasts long term. But how can we create something that's going to be stable long term? That's what it's about. And we all need to be part of that change. So I think everybody individually has an understanding of what they feel like needs to change. And now that just all needs to be brought together. I actually just created a Facebook group called what did I name it? Conscious Education Collective. Conscious Education Collective. And so you guys are more than welcome to join that. And if you're a parent or a teacher or an early childhood educator, and you know, you just kind of want to be part of this shift or this change that needs to happen within our education system, feel free to join in, and you know, we can collaborate on ideas and share our feelings and share our thoughts. I will link the group in the description box below. So on the same day, Thursday, October 22nd, we have Moon trining Venus. So this is like this day to create this desire, like the new desires and understandings. What needs to go? That's like my big question is for everyone, is like, what needs to go? Even on a personal level, in your own personal life, what needs to go? There's things that need to be, that need to leave everybody's life. We're in a process of release and renewal. Pluto, you know, has been kind of, we can call it wreaking havoc on the earth for the last 12 months. But really, what Pluto wants to do is it wants to till the soil. You know, it wants to move things so that the old can fall away and the new can come in. Allow this year, even though it's almost over, to be kind of the birth of something new. At an individual level, this is something new in your life. On a collective level, this is something new in society. And only you know what it is that needs to shift. But you do know what it is that it needs to shift, right? I think we all have this feeling of what needs to change in our life, and we just actually have to be willing to make that change and to shift things, actually. Not just keep them this like the same way that they were, keeping them stagnant. Things need to shift. Personally, professionally, globally, you need to make that shift now. That's like, this week is the time. So Friday, October 23rd, Venus is in Virgo. Does your routine look the way that you want? Does your health look the way that you want? Because like I said, Venus is all about the desires and the values. And Virgo is all about your routines and your health. How are you keeping up with those things? You know, self-care is super important as a parent or as a teacher, you know, and how we take care of ourselves also shows our children how they can take care of themselves, right? Now, there's also this element of beauty in it. Is your home environment, if you're a parent at home, is your home environment beautiful? Is it the way that you want it to look? The same thing is, like, if you're a teacher, is your classroom beautiful? Is it the way you'd like it to look? So we also have Venus opposing Neptune. So stay grounded in reality. Try not to, like, dream a little bit, but don't dream so much that you get caught up into some other dimension that's not here right now, because we still are all on Earth and we are all in this together. So stay grounded as you can. But the good news is we have Saturn and Pluto trining this Venus. So with Saturn is the ability to create these new structures. So whatever you desire, Saturn is very much based in reality. So use that energy to create a new foundation, to create something new. This could be a new project. I feel like for some people, this could be like a proposition or a proposal, or if you're a teacher, that you have an idea that you'd like to share with like the other faculty members, or with other colleagues or something like that, to create something new. These are all really wonderful ideas and super important. And that concludes this week. And like I said, you know, we are all in this together. And the more that each one of us can individually shift, even just a little bit, the more that we help the collective in shifting. So I will see you all next week, and have a great week. Bye.